In this video, I'm going to talk about basic multiplication. We've started multiplication in class, and these are just some of the basic ideas that you're going to need to know. The basic idea of multiplication is that it is simply repeated addition. What does that mean? If you're given the equation 3 times 5, that's a multiplication equation looking for a product, all it's asking you to do really is to add 5 plus 5 plus 5, because I have 3 times 5. I've got 5 3 times, and that's 15. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 5 more is 15. So 3 times 5 is 15, 5 plus 5 plus 5 is 15. So if you can skip count, you can multiply, because that's all it is just adding over and over and over. This number tells me how many times I add this number. So I add 5 3 times. Okay? I could go down and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Or I could put them into groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this shows me that I have 3 times, I have 3 sets of 5. So I can add 5, 10, 15. So all multiplication is really is just adding that number over and over, however many times it's told me to. The numbers that I multiply together, in this case the 3 and the 5, these are called the factors. These are factors of 15. The answer to a multiplication equation is called a product. So in this case, 3 times 5, these are my factors, and my answer in a multiplication problem is called a product. There are different ways to show multiplication, and you need to be able to use each of these and be able to identify them and know what they are on a piece of paper. The first way to show multiplication is by using an array. And these are when we use rows and columns of items to express a multiplication equation. My equation here is 3 times 4. And here I have 3 rows. Rows go across, they go horizontally, of 4. So each of my rows, I have 3 of those. There are 4 in each row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 3 rows of 4. So there are 4 in each of my rows. Now here's the trick with arrays and when you're looking at those. When I have 3 rows of 4, the word of tells me which operation I'm going to use. Of means that I'm going to multiply, and I have 3 of 4, and I can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My product is 12. Here's a trick to learning how to count how many you have in an array. If I go across, if I count how many I have going across, 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 going across. I have 1, 2, 3 going down. If I multiply those, it's going to tell me how many are in that total array. And you can use this with any size array. Okay, let's look at another one. My equation is 2 times 7. I have 2 rows, and in each row I have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So of tells me I need to multiply. So my equation is going to be 2 times 7 with a product of 14. And again, I can count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I have 2 rows. So here, 7 times 2 is 14. So that's how you use an array. You tell me how many rows you have and then how many are in each row. Another way to show multiplication is with a number line. In And this is going to be showing up on lots of tests and things that you take, and you really need to know how to do this and how to understand multiplication on a number line. For example, if I have the equation 3 times 3, I would start at the 0 and I would jump 3 spaces 3 times. So that's telling me 3 times 3, I'm going to jump 3 spaces 3 times. So if I go 1, 2, 3, there's 1. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to end up here. That's 2 jumps. And 1, 2, 3 spaces. Again, that's 3 jumps. So I've counted my jumps. Each time I've gone 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I have landed on 9. So the product for the equation, 3 times 3, is 9. Okay, let's do another one. Here's another example. My equation is 7 times 2. So I'm going to start at 0. My first number tells me how many times I'm going to jump. So how many times am I going to jump? I'm going to jump 7 times, and I'm going to jump 2 spaces. Now up here we use the 3 and the 3, the doubles, so either way. But this tells me 7 of 2. I'm going to jump 7 times 2 spaces. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to go 1, 2 spaces. That's 1 time. 1, 2 spaces. 2 times. 2. Oh, that's 3 times. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. 1, 2, 7. So I've jumped 7 times, and each time I jump 2 spaces. I landed on 14. So my equation 7 times 2 has a product of 14. That's how you use a number line. Your first number tells you how many times you jump, and your second number tells you how far. 7 jumps of 2. Okay? All right. Finally, you can show multiplication using sets. Remember back in kindergarten you were asked to make sets of certain things. Well, that was building you up, getting you ready to do multiplication. So in this first picture, I have 6 sets of 3. So I have circled my sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets. And in each set I have 3. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In order for this to work, my sets have to be equal. I couldn't have one of these sets and have 5 in it, or have a set and have 2 in it. My sets have to have equal numbers inside. So here in this example I have 6 sets of 3. Remember back a couple slides ago I told you what of means to do. It's the clue word for your operation. And of means to, right, multiply. I'm going to multiply. And I have 6 sets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 3, meaning that inside each set there are 3. Now I could skip count. Remember, basic multiplication, all it is adding over and over and over. So I could add 3 6 times. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I can skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. My answer to a multiplication problem is called a good product. So this picture shows me 6 sets of 3. My multiplication equation is 6 times 3 with the product of 18. Alright, one more. Here I have a bunch of stars, and I've got some sets started, and in each set I have 1 star. So I have to finish my sets because each set can only have one. Your sets have to have equal numbers in them. I couldn't have circled 2 here and 2 here because I had already started with 1 star at each set. So I can't change the numbers within my sets. Alright, so I need to know how many sets do I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 sets or groups. 7 sets. And then how many is in each set? Well, there's only 1. So I have 7 sets of 1. You need to be able to tell me this part too. You need to be able to write it out in words. Then turn these words into a multiplication equation. 7 of tells me to, right, multiply, bring down my other number. These ones are easy. 7 times 1 is 7. My product is 7. It's simplest if you simply memorize your basic facts. You need to be able to show me on a number line. You need to be able to show me in sets. You need to be able to show me in an array how you work these basic facts. But if I stop you in the hall and I say, what's 6 times 8? You need to be able to tell me quickly 48. It's easiest if you go ahead and learn these, because when we move on to fractions and decimals and things like that, you'll be glad that you already know them. Memorize your basic facts. This is when you multiply one number by another number, like 6 times 8, 5 times 2, 3 times 7. Those are your basic facts. Tens are easy because all you have to do is just add a 0 to the other number when you multiply by 10. So 10 times 7 is going to give me 70. What about 4 times 10? I'm just going to add a 0 to the other number. It's going to give me 40. What about 10 times 10? All I'm going to do is add another 0 to that first number. It's going to give me 100. What about 17 times 10? I'm just going to add a 0 to the other number. My product is 170. So 10s are easy. 11s are easy also because all you're going to do is double the other number. So if I have 9 times 11, my product is going to be 99. What about 2 times 11? I'm going to double the other number. It's 22. What about 7 times 11? I'm just going to double the other factor. It's going to give me 77. So memorize your basic facts. 10s are easy, 11s are easy. You skip count by 2, you skip count by 5, your 1s are easy. So you've really already mastered a lot of your multiplication facts.